So, welcome to the Chasin the Racing quiz. We've got a motorcycle racing quiz covering everything from Irish road racing, BSB, MotoGP, World Superbikes, the full whack. So, coming up, got 20 questions. A couple of them are multi-choice, but not most of them are just normal questions. We'll read them out, read each question out twice, give you a chance to write an answer, and then at the end we'll go through with the answers and you can mark your work. You can do it just yourself, or if you get a couple of you in a room, you can sit around and see who gets the best score. When you've had a go, make sure you send us a message to let us know. I think the top score so far has been 7 out of 20, so good luck.
And if you get more than 7, we know you're lying. There we are.
So, question 1. Who is the youngest ever BSB race winner? So, number 1. Who is the youngest ever BSB race winner?
Number 2. Which non-British rider has achieved the fastest lap around the TT course? This is brilliant. I feel like we should do darts after this. Anyway, question number 2. Which non-British rider has achieved the fastest lap around the TT course?
Question 3.
Awkward.
What year did Ducati enter the MotoGP Championship? So question 3. What year did Ducati enter the MotoGP Championship?
I've just realised here something, Chrissy. We're on YouTube. While we're repeating it, they can pause it. But anyway, that's a technical advantage if you want to do that. Pause and go. So anyway, question number 4. There's only ever been one Spanish World Superbike champion. Who is it? Question number 4. There has only ever been one Spanish World Superbike champion.
Question number 5. Who was the last rider to win the Isle of Man Senior TT when it was part of the Motorcycle Grand Prix World Championship? So back in the good old days when the TT was part of the World Championship, who was the last rider to win the Isle of Man Senior TT when it was part of the Motorcycle Grand Prix World Championship?
Number 6. What is the most number of BSB race winners in one single season? Number 6. What is the most number of BSB race winners in a single season?
Question number 7.
I think we're edging out a shot here. Let's bunch it up against them.
Question number 7. How many newcomers have lapped faster than 120 miles an hour at the Isle of Man TT? Is it 29, 34 or 43? So in the first year at the TT, how many newcomers have lapped faster than 120 miles an hour at the Isle of Man TT? Is it 29, 34 or 43? Did you do over 120 first year?
No, because I'm rubbish. But hey, we're catching up, young'un. We're catching up. There we go. So number 8. Which former MotoGP and World Superbike rider had the nickname the Roman Emperor? What a crappy race name. Anyway, so which former MotoGP and World Superbike rider had the nickname the Roman Emperor?
Question 9. What year was the last time a non-European won the World Superbike Championship?
Damn Brexit.
So question 9. What year was...
Come on!
Yeah, question 9.
Sorry.
What year was the last time a non-European won the World Superbike Championship?
Number 10. When did the UK leave the European Union? Sorry, we can't... Okay, seriously, let's spice things up a bit. Right, so, number 10. Who was the last person to win a British Superbike race on a 750 machine? Who was the last person to win a British Superbike race on a 750 machine?
Question...
Were you thinking about the answer there?
I wrote the quiz, man.
Either that, you got gas.
Question 11. There's only 4 men in history to win MotoGP or the equivalent titles in 3 different classes. Mike Aylward, Marc Marquez, Valentino Rossi. Who's the 4th? So if you like the MotoGP, Moto2, Moto3, or in the olden days the 125s, 250s, 500s, there's only been 4 men in history. There's only been 4 men in history to win all 3 different classes. So we've got Mike Aylward, Marc Marquez, Valentino Rossi, who's the fourth. Number 12.
Number 12, thank you. There you are. Skerries road race is one of the oldest road races in Southern Ireland. Which year did it first run? 1936, 1946 and 1956. Same question again. Skerries road race is one of the oldest road races in Southern Ireland. Which year did it run first? 1936, 1946 or 1956.
Question 13. Who's done the most 130 mile an hour plus laps at the Isle of Man TT course? Is it James Hillier, Dean Harrison or John McGuinness? So out of them three, who's done the most 130 mile an hour plus laps of the Isle of Man TT course? So we've got James Hillier, Dean Harrison or John McGuinness.
You can tell you damaged your right arm because that left arm strength is on point. Look at that training you've been doing at home. It's fantastic. Right, so which one are we on to? Number 14 here. Which one of the following circuits has BSB never raced at? Number 1, East Fortune. Number 2, Pembury. Number 3, Rockingham Motor Speedway. Which one of the following circuits has BSB never raced at? Number 1, East Fortune. Number 2, Pembury. Or number 3, Rockingham Motor Speedway.
Have you raced at all three of them?
Yeah, not very well. No, actually, no, hold on. Two of them.
Yeah.
Two of them.
Which one haven't you?
Rockingham.
Where we're at. So,
don't say Rockingham.
15. Who's the most successful Grand Prix rider of all time in terms of race wins across all classes? So who's the most successful Grand Prix rider of all time in terms of race wins across all classes?
Number 16. Oh, Chris is scrolling through here. It's like Tinder for him. Yeah. Who's the only rider to have retired from World Superbike, having won 3 World Superbike titles in the Premier class? Who's the only rider to have retired from World Superbike, having won 3 World Superbike titles in the Premier class?
Just to clarify, that's exactly 3, not 3 or more. So they've retired with 3 titles to the name. Question 17. How many 125 mile an hour plus laps has John McGuinness done at the Isle of Man TT? Is it 143, 151 or 157? So how many 125 mile an hour plus laps has John McGuinness done at the Isle of Man TT? 143, 151 or 157?
Number 18. What's the difference in average speed between the outright lap record of the TT course and the super stock lap record? Number 1, 0.998 mile an hour. Number 2, 1.049 of a mile an hour, or 1.172 mile an hour. Yet again, what's the difference in average speed between the outright lap record of the TT course and the super stock lap record? Number 1, 0.998. Number 2, 1.049 mile an hour, or finally 1.172. Almost forgot that, and you've got it written down. Yeah, there you go. That shows my education.
Question 19. So if you add together the podiums of Michael Rudder and his late father Tony Rudder, so if you add all of Michael's TT podiums and all of Tony's TT podiums together, what is the total number of podiums? Is it 37, 45 or 51? So if you add together all of Michael Rutter's TT podiums and add his late father Tony's TT podiums together, does it give a total of 37, 45 or 51?
And finally, but not least, number 20. Which international road race winner is the hairpin at Dundrod Circuit named after? Yet again, which international road race winner is the hairpin at Dundrod, the Ulster Grand Prix circuit, named after?
So
And there we go.
hopefully you'll have, whether you've written it down on paper or your phone or whatever, you've got 20 answers, and in a sec we'll go through the answers and you can mark them.
Or do we have to?
Answers time. So let's quickly run through the questions and go through the answers. So first one was, who is the youngest person to win a BSB race? So answer you should have got is Jonathan Ray.
By the way, I'm looking at bemusement here because he said we weren't going to read the questions again. So obviously, Chris, he likes his left hooks, don't you, son? So it's going to be a long ass night. You can see the time ticking on by. So, go on then. Well, I don't know the answers. Oh, you can scroll down. The magical world of iPads. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Right, number 2. Which non-British rider has achieved the fastest lap round the TT course? And the answer is... really? Oh, Bruce Anstey.
Question 3.
This is so cheesy. I love this.
What year did Ducati enter the MotoGP Championship? So it was 2003.
Number 4. There's only ever been one Spanish World Superbike champion. And the answer is... Carlos Checa.
A new one for you.
Who?
Is that a new name for you?
Who?
Carlos Checa.
I've never. That's what I love about this podcast, Chrissy. I learned so much.
Question 5.
So much.
Who was the last rider to win the Isle of Man Senior TT when it was part of the Motorcycle Grand Prix World Championship? You already knew this one, didn't you?
Nah, that is not who I thought it was.
Tom Heron.
There you
so
are.
well done if you got that one.
Armstrong Engineering's favourite rider. There you are.
Question
So,
6.
number 6. What is the most number of BSB race winners in a single season? Got to be 20. No. 20. Why am I thinking 20? It's 10? 20.
10
God, that would have been a hell of a season if it was 20 race winners, wouldn't it? Jesus Christ.
Look if there's 20 races.
Aye, there we go.
Question 7. How many newcomers have lapped faster than 120 miles an hour at the Isle of Man TT?
That'll be high.
And it was either 29, 34 or 43. And you're right, it was the highest of those. It was 43. Question 8.
Number 8. Which former MotoGP and World Superbike rider had the nickname the Roman Emperor? Oh, cameraman's lip syncing in the back there. Very nice, very nice. And the answer is Max Biaggi.
Biaggi, well done. What year was the last time a non-European won the World Superbike Championship? And that was Ben Spies back in 2009.
Oh, it was a yank. That's good. No.
Question.
Awkward.
You're on question 10.
Thank you very much, Chrissy. Thank you very much. Who was the last person to win a British Superbike race on a 750 machine? Number 10, Michael Rutter. There we go. Bloody hell.
Michael Rutter. Question 11. There's only 4 men in history to win MotoGP or equivalent titles in 3 different classes. So we had Mike Hailwood, Valentino Rossi, Marc Marquez, and the 4th person was the Prince of Speed, Phil Reed.
Who comes up with these names? It's fantastic, isn't it?
What nicknames?
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Question 12.
Number 12, Skerries Road Race is one of the oldest road races in the Southern Ireland calendar. Which year did it first run? 1936, 1946, or 1956? And the answer is, for all you race fans, is 1946.
46, excellent. Who's done the most 130 mile an hour plus laps of the TT course? James Hillier, Dean Harrison, or John McGuinness? And I think
it's got to be McGuinness.
James Hillier, that one. So James Hillier's done the most out of those 3.
Well done, James.
Michael Dunlop's done much more. Michael Dunlop's the lead in that category, but James Hillier's done the most out of the 3 options. Question 14.
Number 14. Which of the following circuits has BSB never raced at? East Fortune, Pembrey, or Rockingham? And I have got... I'll be shocked if it's not East Fortune. It's got to be East Fortune. They've never been at.
East Fortune, that's right.
The man's track, that's why. It's a man's track. You ever been?
I've never been.
Yeah, funny that. You see how I referenced the man's track before you answered that.
Let's have a look. We've got... I'm looking for which question we're on. 15. Who's the most successful Grand Prix rider of all time in terms of race wins across all categories? It's Agostini. 16.
16. Who's the only rider to have retired from World Superbikes, having won 3 World Superbike titles in the Premier class? And the answer is, where on earth am I looking? And the answer is Troy. No, hold on.
Yeah.
Troy Bayliss. There we are. Troy Bayliss.
Question 17. How many 125 mile an hour plus laps has John McGuinness done at the Isle of Man TT? Options were 143, 151, or 157.
It's phenomenal how many laps he's done, period.
Answer for that one is 143. 143 laps at over 125 mile an hour. Question 18.
Number 18. What's the difference in average speed between the outright lap record of the TT and the Superstock lap? It was 0.9 or 1.049 or 1.72. And the answer is, scroll it down there, the answer is only, oh God, that's incredible, 1.049 of a mile an hour difference between the Superbike and the Superstock machine.
Crazy that when you think of like the
I know, I've got to pull my finger out. It's really upsetting. Really upsetting.
Let's have a look. So question 19. If you add together Michael and Tony Rutter's TT podiums, what is the total? 37, 45 or 51. So we've got Tony Rutter's had 19 TT podiums and Michael has got 18. So if you put them together, you want 37 in total.
There we go. And the final question, which international road race winner is the hairpin at Dundrod Circuit named after? Well, there is only one hairpin at the Dundrod Circuit, and I can't remember the name. What is it? Here we go. Oh, for God's sake, of course it is. It's the Lindsay hairpin. The Darren Lindsay is the rider, and it is called the Lindsay hairpin. So there we go.
So thanks very much for... I hope you've enjoyed it, and at this time with the coronavirus, I hope it's kept like giving you something to do, a bit of bike racing goodness. We'll be banging out the podcast as usual, one a week, and hopefully we've got some good guests lined up for the next few weeks. And just take care, and hopefully we'll see you at a racetrack soon.
Keep it loose.